Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is August the 15th, 2017. Buy and hold. Pure commitment to Bitcoin. Strong hand. Hey, today you had to have a strong hand, right? Anyway, cryptohwwallet.com. Use my affiliate link below. Get your leather case. Get your free shirts, use the discount codes, get your Trezor, and of course your any other storage device over there. I also have a link, affiliate link to Trezor if you want to buy it directly from Trezor. I have links to buy the cool t-shirts that I wear at cryptograffiti.com, cryptograffiti. Use the Meister code. Check it out below, all the links below. Always check out the links below. So as many of you know, I'm in here's the shirt. I'm in Dublin, Ireland, just having a blast. I'm going to be in Quebec City starting Thursday. If you want to hang out again, email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. If you want to schedule a crypto consultation anywhere in the world, you can call me. I call you, adam@trezorhelp.com, or help setting up your Trezor. Thought I would talk about that. Anyway, yeah, today was a strong hand day, wasn't it? The price was jumping all over the place. But hey, you shouldn't have even paid attention to the price. You should have gone about your life. I have been going about my life. I'm going to get that in a second. I'm going to get into that. But oh yeah, leather case. So I'm way behind on the emails. I'm sorry about that. But I want to thank all you guys who retweet me out there. There have been a lot of retweeters. There have been a lot of new followers out there on my Twitter. I am TechBalt, @TechBalt, TechBalt. That's like Technology Baltimore. That's what it originally was supposed to be a long time ago. So I want to thank the people at Google here in Dublin. I visited the Google office in Dublin today, and I had the privilege to speak to people from all around the Google sphere, I guess, at many of their offices. I was on the screens in lots of offices, on their computers, talking about Bitcoin. I had the honor to talk to about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to a very intelligent group of people and people who are very tech aware. Now, it wasn't like it was a mandatory thing where you had to go, and this is your name, the name tag, the proof that I was there today. Yeah, it wasn't like a mandatory thing. Oh, all Googlers have to watch Adam Meister. It was like they give them learning experiences during the day there. It's quite an awesome place. They got there's some luxuries there. They treat them very well. But they want people to learn there too. And I mean, you've been hearing about it in the news. They have all sorts of discussions there and whatnot. But the people came with very good questions. A lot of their questions were very similar to the questions I get, you know, after a show, during a show. I can see you guys going by in the chat. I can't see your questions. Just regular good questions. And so there's a lot of curiosity out there. At the same time, and again, I mean, not everyone from Google was there. You know, a lot of the people there did not have Bitcoin yet. A lot of the people had a basic type of questions. So that's it's actually very reassuring. It shows us that we, in this little community online of Bitcoin fans, of cryptocurrency fans, we are really in this techno bubble that's even beyond the people at Google. Like, I mean, they've got other things to worry about, obviously. I mean, you know, everyone's got a life, everyone's got interests. Maybe they're not interested in finance as much as we are, or just they're interested in different things. But they don't know Bitcoin as much as we do in our little tech. I'm sure some of them are in our little tech bubble. I could tell a few were, but we are at the beginning of all of this, people. I don't know how many more ways I can say it. Today was an example of that. I did take some pictures. There were pictures of me taken there. So we will get them up there eventually during my little, and so it was just like doing a show there. It was just like doing one of these shows. But man, I was pumped. I was on fire. I was having a blast with everyone there. I love the questions, as I said. I guess some of them are watching. People are watching right now. Thanks a lot. And I did say, pound that like button when I was there. So if you like that, pound that like button right now. I did say it in front of the Googlers who obviously, you know, They like that type of thing because they own YouTube over there. All right. So I'm going to be here in Dublin until the 17th. My hosts have obviously been totally awesome. Totally awesome. Their hospitality and what they have set up for me. And just, it has been, this is, of all the trips I've been on around the world, this has definitely been the most Bitcoin-centric one, I would say, just because of, I know the people I was hanging out with were all Bitcoin people. I spoke in front of Google. It's kind of surreal. It's surreal that I spoke to Google about Bitcoin today. So Bitcoin drops to, so I didn't even know the price when I was there, which is a good thing. No one should try to follow the price all day long. It can get you sick. And today it was a roller coaster, wasn't it? It was funny. Yesterday in my video, I said there are going to be days when Bitcoin's price drops like $500. Well, Bitcoin got up to like what, $4,400 late last night, and it dropped all the way to 39 today or 38.50. I don't even know the whole story, but it is surreal to say Bitcoin dropped to $4,100. I mean, that is amazing. That is just amazing. Because in the old days, which were like 4 months ago, if you told her, or 1 month ago, if you said Bitcoin went up to $4,100, you would be like, yeah, man, you'd be going crazy. So for it to drop to $4,100, and I think it's around $4,100, it's what, $4,150 right now when we go on the air? I don't even know. I don't. Dude, I just care about the Bitcoin halving, and we'll get to that in a second. I care about 2020. I care about the future. I'm not selling this stuff. I am committed to this, and I'm glad I showed that commitment today. I'm glad, man. You got to be committed to what you believe in. I'd say, and this is a good thing to believe in. This is it is changing the world. It is still early, and we are going to get into that. So the total market cap of cryptocurrency was as high as 141 billion. It dropped to 130 billion. Now it's back to 137. It's a roller coaster. Now I have to bring this up because North Korea has been in the news, and some people thought the Bitcoin price was going up because they thought North Korea was going to nuke or attack Guam. And people just say, hey, Bitcoin is a place where people go when it's time to panic out of traditional markets. Well, now the large leader of North Korea, in all his infinite wisdom, infinite insanity, has kind of backed down on his threat to the United States of America, or to Guam, or no, we do own Guam, and the United States. I'm an American citizen. I pay to maintain Guam, I guess, the taxes that I'm forced to pay. But yeah, he's backed down a little bit. It's calmed down, and the Bitcoin price dropped. Now, some people are saying, well, that's why it dropped. There's definitely fundamentals behind it too, in terms of people taking profits. I mean, you see it's $4,400, and if you're not a buy and holder guy, if you don't have a strong hand, you're like, I'm going to take some profits. I'll buy back later or something. Don't do that. I wouldn't recommend doing that because traders get destroyed, get slaughtered. 90% lose money. But that's probably what happened. Ask Tone Bays about that kind of thing. That's his specialty over there. I'm the psychology guy over here, man, and the marketing guy. That's what I do. Pound that like button if you like my approach of buy and hold, the boring approach that pays off greatly in the end. Anyway, again, yeah, I mentioned before that over here in our little YouTube channel land, and everybody talking about SegWit and whatever, it is such a little tiny specialized tech bubble. And the more we understand that, I think the more rational we can be about predicting what is going to happen, and to not blow things out of proportion, and not to give certain individuals who cause FUD too much attention. Anyone that would be considered to be like king of the trolls, or whoever that might be. So where are we? I talked about North Korea. I talked about the price and how I said that we're going to have days where it drops $500, and it did. Okay, so here is a tweet that it comes from Value and Gold. Someone retweeted this, probably toward Demeester. No one owns it yet. Only 5% of hedge fund managers and 0.5% of hedge funds own this. Fear of missing out stage hasn't even started. Most are still denying its existence. So over, I talked about here in the Google tech world, the adoption rate of Bitcoin, the knowledge of Bitcoin is not what one might expect. And in the finance world, because Bitcoin is a financial mechanism, a financial instrument, a unique one and a revolutionary one that hardly anyone owns it yet. Of the hedge fund managers who, they know about financial, trickery, they know about financial shenanigans, they know about financial mastery and becoming incredibly wealthy people. And only 0.5% of hedge funds even own this, and only 5% of hedge fund managers own it. So there's a lot to grow. We're so early in this. All right, I want to comment on Steemit real quick. There's someone over there who is just stealing people's content, just taking YouTube videos from me and other content creators and just putting it on their Steemit before we have a chance to do it. And that's totally stealing it. So that is a weakness of Steemit. I don't care if you use my videos, you can tweet them out and everything, but if you're going to make money off of my videos before I make money off of my videos, before I put them on Steemit, then that's just not cool. And I have said that before, actually, and there was a jerk who actually did that when I told him not to do it. I'm not even going to name who that guy is. He's from Canada, though, by the way. But a complete jerk off. And to do something like that, you're stealing. You're stealing. Again, when you're not making money off of it, that's great. And even if you're making money off of it, that's fine. At least let the original person do it. And maybe that person who stole my content doesn't know that I'm on Steemit. He probably does. But to put it was last night's show he put on Steemit before I did. And it's just, it's a jerk thing to do, and it's a weakness of Steemit. But you know what? That is part of the free market. That is part of, how is Steemit going to even enforce something like that? So I'm just, I use, one of the things we can do when something like that happens is, excluding people like that from our lives, naming their names, and what is the word I'm looking for? Geez, oh whiz, it's 2 in the freaking morning here. Pound that like button. I can't ostracize them, whatever it is. I can't think of the word. Nice SAT word here. Okay. I did pretty well in SATs if I got into Washington University in St. Louis. Sorry about that. No, I can't. What's not helping me right now think of the right word. So Andreas Antonopoulos, Andreas Antonopoulos, he's got a video out there that I linked to below. He talks about the halving. So a lot of you guys have had questions about the halving and questions about the Bitcoin monetary policy. Watch this video. He does a good job, a better job than I do of getting into this. So I linked to it below. He also talks about the Bitcoin 1%, and that someone asked in the audience, isn't this an unfair distribution? And, isn't it people, there's going to be all these people in the Bitcoin 1%. And and he said, well, a lot of people took big chances. That's how you get into the Bitcoin 1%. You get in early. So, I've been telling people for a long time, and it's just funny. And I've heard Andreas say these things before, and I agree. If you took the chance, then yeah, you earned your way into the 1%. That's great. You're smart. Jordan Peterson, who has been popular lately, who's a Canadian also, like I mentioned a Canadian before. Jordan Peterson talks about how in North America, or maybe in the Western world, how that there's this new trend for people just to dislike people who succeed. If you're successful, people hate you now. What a world. What has the world become? Again, what I preach is you should try to be in the 1%. You should try to be like the Winklevoss brothers. You should strive for greatness, strive for success. Don't vilify success. What kind of backwards person does something like that? Yet we have so many people doing that, just like to live in sorrow and to live in negativity. We should just be encouraging success and admiring people, that the stories of how people have built themselves up. But it's just, we live in a world where everyone tries to, take down these people who have built themselves up and say, well, their father was rich, or their uncle gave them $2 once, or I mean, it's just ridiculous. They find the smallest things about them, or they're part of a secret elite society, or well, I'm not going to say the other one, but anyway, it's, just because that person is of a certain religion, they're rich because they control. I mean, it's the insane things, the excuses. We should admire the 1%. We should strive to be part of the 1%. Anyway, and you've got that opportunity with Bitcoin now, and the opportunity has been out there for a real long time. And there is no sure thing in life, but people took the risk, and it's going to pay off for a lot of people who were considered regular people beforehand. And anyway, I'm not going to get my own personal story. So Tour de Meester has a new tweet out there. He says, Bitcoin is the .com of digital gold. It's Times Square. It's Big Ben. Altcoins, ICOs, and forks are the .nets, a hotel you like but forget. And then someone, and that was a little confusing what he said. I'm going to get into it in a second. Someone else clarified it a little bit more. And again, if you click on his tweet, you can see what this guy said below his tweet. And Bitcoin equals .com. Litecoin equals .edu. Ethereum equals .net. And Ripple equals .gov, which is totally hilarious, that last line. What that's all about is .com, that's the extension that you want when you want a domain, okay? There are other ones, and there are reasons for getting other ones sometimes. There's good reasons, but you want, when I bought disruptmeister.com, I didn't want disruptmeister.net. I didn't want disruptmeister.us. You want the .com. That was the one. That's been the standard since 1995 or whenever. It was the first one. There's a lot of reasons. There were those three. There were three at first. So the comparison to Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum is pretty. Well, it's close. The best comparison is that Bitcoin is the .com, is the one you want. It's not going to get overtaken. That has never changed from the beginning. I saw something pop up there. Let's see what Vention MGTOW. I'm going to begin preps to retire when the Bitcoin price is over 6,000. Adam has already reached his magic number and is retired. What's your magic number? And so Vention MGTOW, who is awesome, he gave you a $10 contribution there with the super chat, which I appreciate. People have been doing that a lot during the live chats. And by the way, there's going to be an Adam Meister Ask Me Anything on September 1st. So I'm going to answer all your questions in the chat. You guys can email me beforehand if you want to get and send me a little tip with cryptocurrency of your liking, and you'll be first. You'll be guaranteed, because I'm not going to let the show go 2.5 hours like I did another time. I'm going to try to and people have so many questions. It can be fun. It can be kind of grisly, and it's not for children. If you're under 18, you're not allowed to watch it. But thank you, Vention MGTOW. Anyway, so yeah, you guys get the .com thing. I'm not going to ramble about that one anymore. And if you disagree with me, then I guess fine. But if you disagree with me and you're like 20 years old, no, you had to have lived through. If you disagree with me and you're born if you're born in the 1990s or later, do a little research, learn about this. .com thing has been dominating since the beginning, and to live through it, you fully understand how Bitcoin could easily do something like that, and is in that position to do something like that, be dominant in its area like .com. Okay, enough of that. Alistair Milne, he tweets about, what's he say? If Bitcoin returned to the market dominance of 84%, where it was before the Bitcoin Unlimited forking fears, the price would be around $7,000 today, and Vention MGTOW would actually be retired. So there, I just did a nice tie in there. And no, I'm not retired. That's why I laugh. But I do live a lifestyle where I work for myself. I travel all around the world, is pretty darn awesome. Part of that is done because I position myself, I don't spend a lot of money. But now my Bitcoin stash is obviously worth quite a lot of money. But anyway, my Bitcoin stash is my savings. I could actually continue my lifestyle if Bitcoin went to zero, because I never get into my Bitcoin. Remember, people, I am not selling any of it until 2020. I might not, and I'm not selling all of it in 2020. I might not sell any of it in 2020. But when I say use it as your savings account, you better believe I'm using it as my savings account. I can live this lifestyle because I don't eat out ever. I don't have fancy cars. I don't have fancy anything. And I love it, baby. You got to be minimalist sometimes. You got to have, I've got a lot of self-control. And a lot of people don't have that. They can't resist the temptation of marketing. You see, I'm the marketer, and most of you guys are the people who get marketed to. So, I mean, you got to think like the marketer thinks and be able to resist all that stuff. For me, it's really easy. Maybe it's hard for most people. I don't know, but I am not a hyper consumerism type of person, man. The TV doesn't convince me of anything, man. And just, you gotta have a strong hand in life. That's just, you can see all this, I'm a very disciplined person. I can fast. I can, I'm very disciplined, and I recommend people become more disciplined. And it's funny, today at Google, people were talking about intermittent fasting, just like I do intermittent fasting every day. They were talking about, some guys there do intermittent fasting. So, decide what you want. I mean, you can be undisciplined and, live your lifestyle, or you can be disciplined, end up working at Google, end up traveling around the world, and having people say you're retired when you're really not retired. Whatever, it pays off, dudes. I mean, what am I gonna say? I mean, how many other ways can I say it? Just, I hope I serve as an example to all the people who watch this thing. I really, really do, because you got to think outside the box. You got to put your life outside of the box, or you're going to end up part of the machine. And when you're part of the machine, you're living on the edge of, you're in debt, and you're just living the 9-to-5 job. It's something I could not deal with. I could never do that. I could, at least at where I am now, after experiencing life, I could never do that. All right. We're rambling on here, but pound that like button. There's a lot of you guys watching right now, and I'm just trying to, spread the word. And best for last here, Andy Hoffman and I are buddies. We email a lot. He's a cool dude. He works at Miles Franklin, gold and silver dude, and he put this in an email to me, and he said, yeah, put it out there, because I wanted to quote it. Andy Hoffman says, I have zero doubt that $100,000 Bitcoin is not too far off, and $1 million plus a longer term certainty. I didn't say that. Andy Hoffman said that. And I know a lot of you like Andy Hoffman. So there you go. There's your present, everyone. Pound that like button. All right. One last thing. Two last things. Part of my lifestyle thing is I want to only be in Baltimore like 4 times a year in 2018. That's my goal, is just to live all around the world for all of 2018, except 4 different times I got to be home. Whatever those reasons are, obviously for the high holidays, the Jewish high holidays, for Passover, and two other times probably in 2018. So I'll keep you updated on that lifestyle change. And I'll probably be, in 2018, I hope to stick around some countries much longer than I usually do. Maybe spend 3 months in one. I would like to only be in like 3 or 4 countries in 2018, if that's possible. 4 months here, 2 months here, different things. So we'll update you. I'll update you guys on that. But I just wanted to tell you about the lifestyle. And another thing about life, because life is a very interesting thing. Have you guys ever experienced, and this has happened to me a few times, when you look in the mirror and you're looking at yourself and you just look at the dude and you're like, that's my father. And I look more like my mother than I do like my father. But obviously I look like both of them. But just those moments. And, I've seen other people's face. I've seen my grandfather's face too a couple times. But, just seeing your dad, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, that's my dad. But it's you. It's just, It's one of those things. One of those things. I thought I'd conclude with that. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button. Do check out the notes section below because we link to all those tweets that I talked about. Have a great one, everyone. I'll join you in the chat. Bye-bye.